today's seaworthy episode, we link together Algorand, Solana, ANKR, AMP, and the Federal Reserve, all together with one simple idea. Well, not one idea, but one person. A brilliant scientist working with a pool of researchers at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Welcome to Unusual Due Diligence. I am your host, Poseidon, god of the sea. In this fresh episode, we start by taking a small peek at Algorand by way of the Federal Reserve. Why? Because the name caught my attention, a name that connected the announcement of the Federal Reserve's consideration of a digital coin to Algorand. There's still more to unpack, but let's consider very interesting coincidences. On the screen, this is an article from the Washington Post. The summary of the article was in the MIT press release with the following statement, quote, "Researchers from MIT and the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston have released a new paper and open source code to help further understanding of the hypothetical central bank digital currency might be developed," writes Tori Newmeyer for the Washington Post. Neha Narula, director of the Digital Currency Initiative, explains that they aim to create a flexible system that can work with a variety of models. End quote. Neha Narula. Now where else have we heard that name? The name Neha Narula caught my attention because I've stumbled across this individual before. Allow me to cover this by stating first with what Neha is working on. The answer is the MIT Digital Currency Initiative, and that initiative is an important component of what's known as Project Hamilton. The idea there is to create a new central bank coin called the Open Central Bank Digital Currency. It's functionally based on Algorand, and to establish itself as different to the Chinese central bank digital currency, the marketing claim is open. Politics are too weird to be covered on this channel. Besides, there's still quite a bit in Project Hamilton that I am researching, but I will say this. The Federal Reserve is positioning itself to say that the diverse ecosystem of coins and tokens can coexist within a likely future regulated environment. So imagine for a moment that instead of buying bonds or stocks through backroom deals to prop up the so-called open capitalist markets, the Federal Reserve take a look at pushing liquidity into the cryptocurrency markets. Literally printing real dollars into the crypto space. Pause to consider. On the screen, I'm drawing a box of something called the Federal Reserve. It's the government institution that makes the stock market go up and down. From there, we have something called Project Hamilton, which I really need to cover, but this isn't that episode. From Project Hamilton, we link over to the MIT Digital Currency Initiative, and then from there, we connect to this individual, Neha Narula, a brilliant woman that writes on all of these topics. And writings are important because they reveal what people are looking at. For example, Neha shares that the MIT Digital Currency Initiative and the Open Central Bank Digital Coin are based on Algorand. But wait, if you look at the papers Neha has written, you'll find that there's clearly time being spent with the big three smart chain networks, Ethereum, Algorand, and Solana. And then that work is submitted into the creation of an Open Central Bank Digital Coin project hidden under the name of Project Hamilton and the MIT Digital Currency Initiative. I reflected on this over the weekend. It is quite fascinating. The Federal Reserve has publicly stated that their issuance of an open central bank digital coin would coexist within the broader market. Now imagine for a moment a world where the Federal Reserve pushed in real US dollars into the cryptocurrency markets in the same way the Fed participates in the stock markets, providing or removing liquidity to keep the markets operating at a sane level. Who benefits then? For sure, all the primary currency solutions such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, Algorand, and Solana, and those business entities that exist in both the old world and this new world. Now, I consider Ethereum, Algorand, and Solana kind of first-tier technology solution. But if we're going to operate within that ecosystem, and the Federal Reserve said this is true, then that means two significant problems need solved: management and access to infrastructure, and a mechanism to ensure safe and instantaneous transactions. You'd want companies with a strong and connected network in the United States to participate in that. Central banks governed regionally, not globally. Are you picking up on ANKR and also Flexen Network's AMP token? You know, Neha and Tyler Spalding and Flexen Network both call MIT home. Footnote, seems important to mention that. These two human beings may not be in orbit of one another, but for sure that day is coming. Tyler is bringing crypto to all the existing financial infrastructure in the same way that ANKR is making it possible to build Web3 and DeFi apps. So in this episode, we didn't just link Algorand and Solana. No, we went a bit further and linked Ethereum, Algorand, Solana, the UnDD token, which is an SPL program on the Solana blockchain, the MIT Digital Currency Initiative, Project Hamilton, and the ANKR token, as well as Flexen Network's AMP token. Now, why those two tokens specifically, that is ANKR and the AMP token? Because they are both Ethereum-based tokens that are both in a strong growth cycle, just like the charts that I've shown in prior episodes indicate. And in theory, if Neha is digging deep and researching Solana, then let's just say there's a greater than zero chance the UnDD token has crossed our radar. That this channel has crossed our radar. And I don't know how to feel about that, which is why I'm going to start really digging through those projects. You see, the exact shockwave that gets felt when the Federal Reserve launches their open central bank digital coin is something we should all be considering in our portfolios. After all, the future is inherently uncertain, but I do know this. This is Unusual Due Diligence. I am your host, Poseidon, God of the Sea, and Talking Milkshake. In this fresh episode, we link the Federal Reserve all the way to the UnDD token, and more. Even by my own standards, that's pretty incredible. Make waves, my friend.